Alright, good evening, guys. Welcome. And tonight, we're gonna be making, as you see on your screen, another election prediction. This time, presidential prediction. As you see, go check out my yesterday's video, which was how I believe the Senate would be if Hillary Clinton was elected president. Um, just saying, spoiler alert. It is not the Democrats' dream. Um, to say the least. But as you see on your screen, this is a 2020 prediction with Joe Manchin. As you see, the current United States Senator for West Virginia, who's up for election during these midterms. Who again? Spoiler alert! I did make win re-election even with Clinton as president, and President Trump, of course. From being New York, the incumbent president, of course. As we know, Joe Manchin will have that blue dog appeal to many Democrats, Reagan Democrats, and the rest of conservative voters, as he is a more conservative Democrat, of course, being from West Virginia. But yeah, let's just take a look at even being more conservative than Trump on some policy. But let's take a look with all the safe states. He'll get all of these safe states, the West Coast, all of the most of New England, New Hampshire, and Maine will be toss-up. West Virginia will be safe Democrat, as that is his home state. And surprisingly, this will be what I believe is they'll start with 172 electoral votes. President Trump will fill in his states. We'll leave Montana for now. We'll leave one district in Nebraska. All the South. We'll leave South Carolina and Georgia toss-up, but these will be his safe states. Oh, and I forgot, actually, Joe Manchin will have 192. Forgot about Illinois. That happens to me sometimes, but so yeah, as you see, way more toss-ups than usual. So President Trump will have 146 to Joe Manchin's 192. And you see Montana is toss-up because of how conservative Joe Manchin is. Some voters would be attracted to him, but I believe this state will still go to Trump. Same thing in Arizona. I believe Arizona is more of a moderate state now, but I believe Joe Manchin won't be able to appeal to the Latino voters in that state. Excuse me, actually, he will appeal to many Latino voters in that state, I meant to say, but he won't appeal to the people of Arizona in that entirety. So I believe that state will go to President Trump. Now, in Iowa, he does have that blue dog appeal. But I believe the state is turning very rural, but in the favor of the Republicans. And that state will go to President Trump. But now in Virginia, this state will go for Joe Manchin on the basis of, as you see, West Virginia is his home state, which is practically the neighboring state to Virginia. He'll get votes in the suburbs, in ex-urban areas, ex-suburbs areas, where, and with conservative vote. As you see, Virginia is turning into more of a Democratic state, and he will get a bit of the conservative vote, which will make him win that state. And same thing in North Carolina. He'll appeal to blue dog workers in the state, people that have people that I think he'll people will think that Joe Manchin shares their values. He'll win that state. South Carolina, I think, will be held by President Trump. He won't. I don't believe he'll be to appeal to African Americans as well as other candidates. That goes same thing in Georgia. He carries President Trump carries Georgia, and I believe he'll also carry the one district in Maine. Now Ohio, this is where Joe Manchin picks up a very big win. I think he will win Ohio on the basis of, again, Ohio is a very conservative state, but Joe Manchin is a conservative. He'll once again win where Democrats always win big, plus conservative votes that he'll appeal to. He'll win that state. Though in New Hampshire, that's a different story. They're more, I guess you could say, it's half conservative, I guess you could say. Half Republican, half Democrat. You always see in recent elections how close it is. But I believe Joe Manchin won't be able to appeal to the people up here in New Hampshire and Maine. Trump will win New Hampshire and Maine. He will win the entirety of the state. Joe Manchin will pick up one electoral vote, which is that always solidly Democratic congressional district. But President Trump will actually win the state of Maine. And that also goes for Wisconsin. I believe Joe Manchin won't be able to appeal to people in this state. The Blue Dog coalition in the state isn't as strong as the other states, in my opinion. And Nevada, I believe, as you see how Trump almost won that state. The polls showed him really close. And I believe Joe Manchin won't be able to appeal to people in this state. Though, in Florida. Actually, we'll leave Florida for now. Just to let me get some thoughts. So as you see, as of now, it is a pretty close race. Joe Manchin with 239, President Trump with 215. Oh, sorry about that, but now Colorado. Joe Manchin will win Colorado on the basis of he'll win in the suburbs, in the Denver suburbs, Arapahoe, as a conservative in the state. That will help him. Again, I believe he will share the people's values in the state. And again, Colorado is a pretty conservative state in the rural areas. And I believe Joe Manchin could get maybe a 55, 60, 40 split, which would be good enough to equal out and eke out a few votes, close the margins in those rural areas, and give him the victory in that state. And now, in Minnesota, I believe this state could go either way, but I believe Joe Manchin, being more conservative, will win more of the conservative vote. Even as Minnesota is trending more Republican, that will be almost, I guess you could say, advantage for Joe Manchin, as he will appeal to those Republicans in the state. And he'll win that state. As you see, all these states, if Joe Manchin wins one, he, according to me, does win. And he'll do it with Pennsylvania. He'll win Pennsylvania. He'll win on the basis of, he'll win those key counties, Luzerne, Monroe County. I see you, Irish, if you're watching this video. He'll win in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. I always get confused, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, but Philadelphia, what else? Yeah, but those big counties, along with the center of the central part of Pennsylvania, which is more conservative, more, as John King said on CNN, the middle is more like the South. The suburbs in Pittsburgh are more like the West Coast, and like Philadelphia is more actually like the Midwest, and Pittsburgh in the left is more like the West Coast. And on the basis, yeah, he'll get more conservative votes here in the central part of the state. He'll win where Democrats usually win, and he'll carry that state. And now Michigan, he'll also carry that state because of how he appeals to these blue dog Democrats. Their coalition is pretty strong here in the Rust Belt, and particularly in these states. A state like Michigan, he'll appeal to many Reagan Democrats. He'll do well in conservative areas. I believe, will get more votes out than Hillary Clinton did. As you see, she essentially failed in getting the African American vote out here. Feel Joe Manchin will do slightly better, but won't do as good as Hillary Clinton. I mean, will do better than Hillary Clinton, but extremely better. Which is Florida. Florida is a tough case for both candidates. Florida, both ways can go. Republican for Trump or Democrat for Manchin. But if I had to give it my prediction on the spot, I believe Joe Manchin will win the state. Because I believe he'll outperform many Democratic candidates in the Panhandle, where many conservative votes are. He'll win in areas like Miami-Dade, Broward County, down here, the Big Three, or the Big Four, as people say, near Miami-Dade, south of Florida. He'll win in the I-4 corridor, where close elections are won. And he'll carry that state. Now this is my final prediction. 323 for Joe Manchin, 215 to President Trump. Joe Manchin does win. He's elected the 46th President of the United States. Please subscribe if you like this video. Please like if you like this video as well. Comment any suggestions that you have for new predictions, new election nights, CSA election nights, alternate histories, anything. But yeah, please subscribe, please like, and please comment, as I said, any suggestions. And yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video. Go check out yesterday's video, which I said again is a Senate prediction, as if Hillary Clinton was elected president. And as I said at the beginning of the video, it is not the Democrats' best dream. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video. And I hope you watch another video of mine, and I'll see you in the next one.